Hello, let me get rid of this. I am so happy to be here with you today. I am Kathy Freeman with Kathy Freeman Art. It's taken me a minute to get all of my little things in order. There we go. Welcome, welcome. We are at December 31st. Can you believe it? 2024 coming to an end. Makes me kind of sad. I'm one who has a hard time. I enjoy new things, but I hate letting go of things that are familiar. So I'm going to do, for the last day of the year and to welcome in the new year, a little creative reminder for you so that you can see. I've got this coming up. It is going to be starting in January, the very first week of January, and it's basically a community where I will be sharing with you how to create these creative reminders. I have a library full of them, so you don't even have to worry about making your own, but I will help demonstrate art and give challenges and encourage you so that each day, as you're starting out your new day, you're wanting to accomplish those goals, you've got the support mentally, emotionally to carry on and to follow through. So today, this morning, was a very challenging morning for me. Let me just put it that way. It was a lot of challenging. As a situation, I have a son who is one of my sons. He is an adult, but he's mentally ill. And that sometimes wreaks havoc through our home as we try to take care of him in situations. Anyhow, I realized that today, dealing with the situation I was dealing with, was not prepared mentally for it. And it really wiped me out. So I went to my Creative Reminders library and I picked out something that I wanted to be able to remember for myself. And it just brought so much relaxation to me. I'm going to read it to you right now as I look it up. All right, I've got a longer version and a shorter version. And the shorter version is what I'm actually going to put into my art. But the longer version is, I release all worries and allow my mind to rest. I trust in God's perfect peace to calm my heart. I love that statement. With each breath, I surrender my anxieties to Him, knowing that He cares for me and provides me with the rest I need. So I took, I'm going to be using these shorter ones. I've written them down right here kind of to remind me of them. And basically I'm starting out with, I am clearing space for peace and clarity. I release all worries and allow my mind to rest. I trust that I have everything I need to move forward with ease. Love that. So let's get started here with this project. And I'm going to go ahead and switch myself down to the smaller version so you can see the bigger version. When I start to create this, the first thing when you're doing a creative reminder, or at least my process is, I think of the thought first. I find the thought. I go to my Creative Reminders library so it doesn't take too much time. They're all there. I pick one out that just really feels that it's like a great one for me for the day. So I find that thought, create the thought. And then what I like to do is record it, because there's something really important about getting that written down. Not only because I can look at it continually, but that process of, hand to paper, using your mind is there's a wonderful healing that happens right in there. And then the third thing is create some kind of a visual, some sort of, either I will create art, which is typically what I do. But if I am running short on time, then I will find an image that can represent for me the visual of what it is that I'm wanting to remember. And I connect the two of those together so that when I look at that visual, I don't have to remember the statement completely, but it will bring back that feeling that was established when I put the two of those together. So as I thought about this statement, I thought about space for peace and clarity. I am clearing space for peace and clarity. I release all worries and allow my mind to rest. I think that is probably one of my favorite ones right there. Allow my mind to rest. So today when I was looking to start this project, I'm going to put this in my art journal right here. And this art journal, which I'm going to finish up, is a 7x10 is what this is. It's a 7x10, and I'm using mixed media. I have mixed media and I have a watercolor journal, but this one is the mixed media one. Let me turn my light source down a little bit, see if that doesn't help. I decided that I looked into some magazines, and this is, I'm giving you these steps so that you can kind of follow along. I found these wonderful pictures. When I think of rest, my mind, I typically, when I'm in nature, or when I'm looking for vintage articles like furniture or just vintage things at estate sales or whatever, that's very relaxing to me. So think about what's relaxing to you. For me, it's nature. And so I'm looking at these wonderful pictures, and I could use these to make a collage, number one. But I wanted to, and this is what my inspiration is. This was out of a magazine right here. And just that, it's a pathway that's walking back. It's got a focal point right here. And these trees and the way that is just, so inviting to me. So I found another piece of out of a magazine with lots of greenery. I'm going to use that and collage a little bit. And my coloring that I want to use, I want to pull in lots of greens and lavenders and pinks, just the way that that is right there. I'm going to use that for my color scheme. So I'm trying to gear this for somebody that feels like they're not that creative and that they struggle with what to do and what to create. And I want to give you, that's what I'm walking you through on this, is to give you examples of how anybody can do this. You don't have to be quote unquote a great artist. Anybody and everybody can do this. And simply find yourself a color scheme that you like. Look through magazines. Those are going to be your best source. You can look out in nature too, or wherever you are, but a magazine, find your color scheme, and then kind of the ideas of what it is that magazines always give wonderful ideas. And it's not maybe the whole thing, but find something within that you liked. And what grabbed my attention? The pathway. And then, of course, the trees. I'm very, very fond of creating trees and anything with nature. All right. So that hopefully will be a help for you. And you don't have to draw. The other beautiful thing is you can do collages. You can, so many other things that I share at another time on what to do. Today, though, I'm going to start with this particular one here. And I'm going to just pull and out pieces of this and start collaging these down. Actually, I could put like the whole thing if I wanted to, and not have to, let's take out these words. Leave in this greenery. And I am going to pull some of this because my pathway is going to go over in here. So rip it and fit it in there. All right. Keep it simple there. All right. So to be able to start my collage, I like to use this acrylic medium matte finish. And I'll go ahead and put some of that down. Oh, shaking it would be a really good thing. It really separated there. So always shake your products first. Shake it up. There we go. And it will be a little milky until it dries. I never like to use a brush. I use those at some point. I always did in the past, but ruins your brushes. So if you're going to use a brush, make sure it's one that you're not fond of. I'm going to go up to, I've got this edge here that can be, so you can cut it out. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill up my paper with this glue here. Put that down. Go ahead and put something in the comments of what is restful to you. What do you find that's super restful? What do you, what appeals to you when you think about resting your mind? Is it just relaxing and reading a good book? Is it maybe doing some handwork? What's relaxing to you? Let's rest your mind. All right. I'm going to put this down here. Like so. And I'm going to grab this one on this side, and it's got some great edges. So I'm going to rip that up. Put it down. Usually when you're doing this, you need to be really generous with, go over the top. So you're sealing it off. Right, we're going to put this down because the edges, I've got the really sharp edges. Sorry about that. Let me scoot this down so you can see better. I have to keep my eye on that camera and make sure you're seeing. Just edge that, put that right up to the edges like that. And I'm going to move kind of fast. Here we go. And this is in my art journal. Okay, so that will be drying. Try to smooth that out a little bit. And when you're using magazine pages, they tend to want to bubble a little bit. So beware of that and kind of smooth out those without ripping your page. Okay, let's go over here. Got a edge like that. Okay, and I could just very easily have laid that whole sheet down. Glued the whole sheet and then started with that, but and this is actually pulling the ink up as I'm scraping over it. It's pulling that ink up. So I'm getting, that's why you're seeing that dark color, right? Coloration on this. There we go. This one has a nice crisp edges across the top and the side. So I'm going to use it. If you've got it hanging over a little bit, you could go back and cut it when you're through. This is okay. There. right. Hey, I'm making a recording. How are you? I can look. I don't think I've ever called anybody on WordPress, but right. They might have an email though. You could email somebody. A lot of times they'll do that. They won't hand out the phone number, but they'll do an email. Let's see what I've got. Yeah. I can't go to my WordPress right now because I'm recording. So I've got everything up on and I've got a recording going. Let's see. I don't. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. Let me just see if I got something from a website. I don't think I've ever called anybody, honey, or done anything. I mean, it's always just been figured out by YouTubes, and you know what I mean. And you use it. I don't think WordPress can handle a domain. I think you have to have your domain with somebody else. Like my domain was with GoDaddy, and now it's over with SiteGround.